Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakti Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vacharam Bambulangayate Girim Yatkavadamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinadarinam Paramananda Madhavam Chaitanya Ishwaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kam Chakranuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. I thank the management of the Krishna Prabhu and this team for giving us opportunity to share some thought process on Srimad Bhagavatam, and especially today is Vijayadashmi. Vijayadashmi is where victory, it represents victory. So what is the victory? So each one can perceive their victory in their own way, or can get influenced by victory for other ways. Somebody fights for the country, somebody fights for the party, somebody fights, so many things, groups are there, they have their own victory march. So this is a part of life in this material world. And also the Devatas, they have their victories, demons, they have their victories. With all these victory marches, everything is coming from the basic victory is Vijayadashmi, which is coming from Vijaya, who is Supreme Lord himself, Ramachandra Bhagavan, who conquered Ravana, a demon representative. So, where are we sitting there? What should we conquer? How should we go about? So there are two kinds of Ravanas, one who is internal, one is external. When Ramachandra Bhagavan was fighting, he was fighting with a Ravana who was outside with 10 heads. So he could see, we could all relate. So whole Ramayana is all about Ravana taking away the Aishwarya or the pleasure potency of the Lord, who is supposed to give pleasure to the Supreme Lord. And he took, and he had to suffer for when you take somebody else's property, what happens? So this is an external aspect. So the Prakriti and Purusha is Lord himself, Prakriti is all representative for all of us, including this expansion, Maya. So entire Prakriti is an expansion of Lord, and it is meant for his pleasure. So this is the basic understanding. Bhoktaram Yagna Tapasam Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. So this world is trying to understand with their own perceptions or with confused people. In the name of Bhagavad Gita, they give their own interpretation. So that is why even though the number of Bhagavad Gitas are there, they are not becoming devotees. The reason is, it is making each person understand the Bhagavad Gita with his own perception. And the conclusion, he concludes himself. So there is no question of victory, because what is victory? He is defining Bhagavad Gita in the last chapter. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara. So wherever Krishna is, wherever Arjuna is, there is victory. So if you have Bhagavad Gita in your hand, the Krishna is your Guru. So you should understand what Krishna is speaking, then you will be victorious. So the first thing in this world, when they misunderstand the purpose of Bhagavad Gita, the question of victory does not arise, it's always a defeat. So it is a kind of a bubble which comes in illusion and blows up. You think it is okay, victory, by that time you come there is no, you'll lose. So So till we understand what is this victory and where is it coming from, do we desire that? So all these things, when you start analyzing, when you come to Bhagavad Gita, that defines. So Krishna says, cooperate with me, you are victorious. The father and the children. So unless and until this relationship is established, victory will delude us. However you try your best. So Vijayadashmi represents understanding that victory is that Sita has to be given back to Lord Ram. He possesses her. In the same way, we are all Prakriti, expansions of the Lord. We have come here. Our prime location is submit ourselves to Krishna. That is actually victory for us. So the day you took Bhagavad Gita in your hand, your victory march has started. As it is. Bhagavad Gita as it is. I know about our spiritual master, who is Bhaktivedanta Swami. I only talk about him. So his Bhagavad Gita clearly emphasizes this, establishes the relation that Krishna is the master, I am his servant. Very clear. And he exhibited. An Acharya who exhibits, who practices, who propagates and lives by example. So why this Bhagavad Gita as it is became successful? Because this Bhagavad Gita speaks to your heart. It doesn't speak to your mind. It doesn't allow your mind to, speculate things, because everything is clear. When he says, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Raja, what does he say? It doesn't say anything very clearly. It says, you please surrender to me. Mam Ekam. So Srila Prabhupada, what he says? You please surrender to Krishna. So every time I speak about Krishna, you see what Prabhupada is telling? All is Bhaktivedanta purpose. So the day you come into touch with a devotee or Iskcon, your victory march has started. So there is a process. There is a tapasya. What is this tapasya? Our sincerity, our commitment, our subjective to the knowledge which is receiving, which is a bona fide parampara. So in the introduction of Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada emphasizes the purpose of Gita. And end he comes, this is the parampara. So anybody who follows this parampara will go back to that. So what is that Ravana which was there outside? What was that? He was trying to enjoy something independent of Krishna, independent which he stole, which he thinks he is the right. So there that matters. What I am trying to talk to you is about outside Ravana, what is inside Ravana. Externally now he is defeated and gone. But Shastra says the internal Ravana, which is our vasanas. Now how to defeat that vasana? So that is the most important aspect, where we are fighting a Ravana who is not visible, but whom you experience. Kama, Krodha, Moha, Lobha. All these are all so many heads. Why you are only talking about 10 heads? Millions of heads are there. So you have to make an attempt to kill these people with this Hare Krishna mantra, with Mahaprasad, with association, with the commitment to the movement, commitment to founder Acharya. By these things, you can subject this Ravanasura, which is sitting inside the heart. Gradually it goes. That's why Srila Prabhupada brought in a discipline of how to control the mind. Getting up early in the morning, reading Srimad Bhagavatam, association of devotees. All these things is, you can't do in the material world. But when you come to Iskcon, everything happens. You try your best to do your 16 rounds. You do study the Bhagavatam. You are trying to honor Prasadam. You are trying to association. But the purification process has started. So when the purification started, you don't have to worry when it will end. But your constant endeavor to maintain this is there. Yes, you can do one more thing. If you are looking at, you want to know where you are, go to your superior. Go to your spiritual master. Go to your senior devotees. Go and tell them, Prabhu, how am I doing? So unless you do internal assessment with an external source, it's not possible. Internal assessment cannot be done internally. It has to be done externally. And that is established by Krishna when he says that go and approach a guru. Is it not? Why did he use that word? You go and approach a guru. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashna. So Prabhupada clearly established this humility aspect. You all chanted the Shiksha Ekstaka prayer. What did Mahaprabhu do? So the symptoms of Krishna consciousness know how you take the mood of service. How you become humble enough to serve. Yes, Prabhuji. When Srila Prabhupada asked us to address Prabhu, Prabhu is not a symbolic thing. When you say master means, then you are servant. It's not addressing somebody as Prabhu. No, Prabhu means he master, I have to do some service. So Krishna conscious movement is the movement which helps you to take up that position of what Krishna wants, what the Acharya wants. Where did Srila Prabhupada claim he is God? He was always telling, I am the servant of God. So what is the difficulty with us? We come to Krishna consciousness, we are making progress, suddenly we become senior devotee. Oh, me, everybody has to come to me. So these things, aberrations are also there. Even if you are senior, junior, but you have to have the humbleness of serving. Senior devotee means more humbler, not the other way. So the point is, Krishna conscious movement is all about learning that sensitive aspect of the discipline internally and externally. So this particular sloka from the Bhagavatam, what Srila Prabhupada says, I'm just trying to share with you all what it is Srimad Bhagavatam 2nd Canto 7th chapter 25th verse. It says, when Ravana was engaged in the battlefield, the trunk of the elephant which carried the king of the heaven, Avindra, broke in pieces, having collided with the chest of Ravana. The scattered broken parts illuminated in all directions. Ravana therefore felt proud of his prowess and began to loiter in the midst of fighting soldiers. I just stopped there. Now what has happened is, Ramachandra Bhagavan was fighting with Ravana. So the chariot which he was in, which hit the Ravana's heart, it all broke. So he thought his emerges victory. The same thing in Maya. Small victories in this Maya world makes us proud. We don't know what is next. He forgot. So as long as we look at that aspect, is this really our victory? So now if you look at from the Bhagavatam purport, it says Ravana was bewildered. So this whole world, outside world, is a bewilderment. Because why it is a bewilderment? Because you have money, you have wealth, you have position, all this there in your pocket. He says this will protect you. So these are the things which anarthas are there, but actually it doesn't belong to you. You are a custodian of these things. So when you see the Bhaktivedanta purport, understand those Bhaktivedanta purport, it clearly establishes you are a custodian of the legacy of your Acharya. So we have to look at how we are making progress with that. So when we subject ourselves in this process, which is called the sadhana bhakti, it makes you move forward. That means we are in the victory march. So every jiva has to make its own road. Somebody can pull you up to a certain extent, but one day that hand is gone. But by then you are already holding the hand of Krishna. You understand? What does the spiritual master do? He makes sure you come into Krishna consciousness and he says, yeah, now you serve. So here, what does Prabhupada say? Ravana therefore felt proud. The difficulty with us is the richness around whatever we have, we think, oh, everything is there, fine. So the progress gets shunted. Just you don't have to experience individually to suffer. Just somebody sees somebody else suffering, you can experience that. Somebody is got pain. Oh my God, he's got pain. So you don't have to get that pain to see that suffering. If somebody is blind, He can't see anything. Just by seeing him, you can understand, oh, if I don't have eyes, I'll be blind. So there is prarabdha karmas which are all there. Each one is suffering in this world. So to come out of this suffering, Srila Prabhupada is giving this window to the spiritual world. And that is this Bhaktivedanta purports. So now this illusion is there that time now also. What does he say? But his laughter and overtaken by joy remained very short. Suddenly ceased with the tingling sound of Ramachandra, the personality of Godhead. So Prabhupada comments here. Very beautiful statement. However powerful a living being may be, he is condemned by God and no one can save him. Similarly, however weak one may be, he is protected by Lord. No one can annihilate him. So we are that weak. And we have taken shelter of Guru and Krishna, Bhagavad Gita, Shastra. We are protected. But the sadhana bhakti, what we are doing daily, these are the things which will mold us, which will make us stronger. Because every child which is born after first year of the cell, it starts walking on its own. So what is the difficulty in understanding these things? So you have to walk your life through. Someday you get so many people come in our life, so many people go. You have a relationship with them, but it's not absolute. It is relative. But it is true, the relationship is there. But that relationship is not eternal. That relationship is not absolute. It is relative. As long as we are there today, we were there with our parents, now we have our children, it's going on. All these things are pratyaksha praman in front of us. Unless you see through Gnana Takshu, through Bhagavad Gita or the Bhagavatam, you can't make anything out of it. That's why the whole world is an illusion. So many people are taking up the Krishna consciousness today because Srila Prabhupada taught us to see through the Shastra Praman. He through the Sadhu Praman. Everything what Srila Prabhupada gave is, he gave complete package where there is no chance to get out unless you want to go. What do you think? You want to go? So why is this point which Srila Prabhupada is emphasizing is Sadhu Sangha is very, 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 very important. Vijayadashmi, coming here, there is association. So many types of Sadhu Sangha is there. Sadhu Sangha is there, Bhagavat Sangha is there, Nama Sangha is there. Kirtan Sangha, so many Sanghas are there. But out of all this, Sadhu Sangha is the topmost. Because Kshana Matra Sadhu Sangha Sarva Siddhi Hoya. Right from Narada Muni to Valmiki, just a moment, what happened? So sadhus are more important than others. Everything is included in Sadhu Sangha. So when Srila Prabhupada was sitting in that New York and doing that tapas, Narahari Sankirtan, who are the people sitting there? Tom, Dick and Harry. Today they are great acharyas in Iskcon. So is that proof not enough for you about Sadhu Sangha? So Srila Prabhupada's movement is he created a sadhu of so many millions of sadhus are there. So sadhu means is everything comes there. What he speaks is Bhagavatam, what he walks is Bhagavatam, everything is there. So sadhu Sangha is very, very important. You are coming to the temple on festivals, on important days, on your birthdays, is very, very important. So, because you are not just associating in sadhu, here sadhu sangha is there, Bhagavat sangha is there, Mahaprasad is there, Seva sangha is there, where you serve. So many things happen here. It's like a spiritual mall where all opportunity for seva is there. By doing this, gradually your humbleness will penetrate in your heart. Slowly, ahankara, we make way for humility. So, the more we contemplate on our day-to-day activities, on our sadhana, our behavior, character building is very, very important. It's very, very difficult. What is Ramachandra represent for Maryada Purushottam? There was nothing which he did which would, it is questionable. Same thing with Krishna. How was he taking his parents? How was he taking with the people who were depending on him? So all the extraordinary expansion of the Lord are representing this. One important, my dear friends, is character building is very, very important. This character is defined in our Vaishnava Shastra. So Mahaprabhu clearly established that with this Shikshashtaka. He is given all aspect of humility, how one can be a devotee and what is his position. And position, he said, I want to be a dust at the lotus feet of the gopis. Gopi Dasa, Dasa, Dasanu Dasa. So, if our identity is established, I am a servant, where is the question of ahankar? You should always go with this. If you go, earlier we had one representing this Air India. Air India, whenever you go, he was a king, but he's folded hands. You seen that? I don't know whether they're going with the same tagline. You go there, the tagline. But he is a king, this one. So the more you you make progress, the more humbler you are. So just imagine Air India, how he is a servant there, but he is a king face. And we have from Chaitanya Charitamrita, we have Pratap Rudra King. What did he do? In front of Jagannath, he went and cleaned up. So the cleaning process starts externally and internally. So when you come to a temple, you start cleaning, you do so many things, it helps you out. When you start serving, it helps you out. When you start cooking, it makes you way. Find a way you can always keep serving. Because in the eternal world, only service is there, nothing else is there. So if you don't practice here, where is the question of? In that practice, that is our victory. That is our victory. What happened after the victory of Ram? He made Vibhishana the king. Is it not? But Vibhishana already took the position. So now we have shifted our goal position from Karta to Seva. So the Seva Bhava, Sevan Mukhehi Jivvado, that makes the difference. So time and again Srila Prabhupada makes. So Prabhupada says, to establish yourself means you are the part and parcel of Supreme. So just like my hand, some way or other that if my hand becomes paralyzed, it will not work. As soon as it is established with the body, then it starts working. So in the same way, the finger. So Krishna conscious movement is that movement which links with the main Supreme Personality, that the disconnection which was there is established. So time and again when you start reading, Prabhupada clearly says, you are part and parcel of Krishna. Time and again he says. So this clarity is only in Iskcon, not elsewhere else. Because we are putting our 100% faith in every word what Srila Prabhupada says. In case you are not putting, better you change your mind now. 100% we try to follow. There could be in our imperfection could be there, but thought process is correct. We may go here, dither that way, but still the direction is correct. So there is always a fault. You can see from different aspects of whether it's Prahlad, whether it is Dhruva Maharaj, there were some aberrations. But Sadhu Sangha which they did changed everything. So in all our lives, the greatest sadhu is coming and sitting in our heart, touched. That is Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. So what do you think? Such a wonderful person. Today he is not here. But still this movement is growing. His books are there. His seva, what he has built, these temples are there. So we never feel deprived of that association of Srila Prabhupada. It's very much there. Every day we are doing Guru Puja. Everything, whatever we do, we are doing through Guru. All that. Because he did through his Guru. So he established everything so clearly. He made our fundamentals very strong. But the fundamental, if it has to become strong, you also have to make that contribution. It cannot happen one side, right? So our sadhana bhakti, no compromise there. As much as possible we have to put. So when we are looking at that, so Ravana being personification of lust and envy, which can disturb the execution of pure devotional service, he is within with outside. So therefore, it is required to associate with a sadhu. So sadhu means investing our relationship, understanding that relationship, that is important. So Vijayadashmi today, Vardhan Prabhu has organized a very big program today, so many opportunities of connecting ourselves with many programs. Today he is opening another center. Slowly this temple is becoming Vamana Avatar, it's slowly, going different places. This is a sign of progress. But the contribution should come that not Varda can keep on like that. He expects all of us to take a little push from our side. Comfort zone in Krishna consciousness is not there. Comfort is only there, there's nothing else. What is that comfort is only seva. So whenever you find little time, little more money or whatever is there, put it there. Oh, I have got some extra money. You put it in the hundi. Our hundi is only Krishna conscious. Put here. No problem. It will go to the right source. So, hundi is an expansion of our... Hundi is not just the money aspect. It's the aspects of all our good things there. Whatever we want to do, come and do in Iskcon. Whatever we do in the association of devotees. Is it not? So, that goes to the right place. So, here relationship is very, very important. What is this relationship? I told you earlier, relationships of many, right? You are related with your country, you are related with your relatives who are all there, birth relation, friend relation, so many relations are there. It's all there. But all these relations over a period of time goes off. Srila Prabhupada was commenting, there is always a fight between Pakistan and India. And the person who dies fighting with the Pakistan side, he will always think of India, he will take birth in India. Same thing happens the other way. So the consciousness matter. So this relationship, how does that mold is, when you come to the temple, when you are looking at the deities, somebody is coming and telling, this is so and so. Then you are sitting for the Bhagavatam. He is establishing what you are speaking about the Bhagavatam, you are speaking about him. So when we establish the relationship about the Supreme and you, it takes little time. I give you a small allegorical story. There was one rich man who was always, very interesting is, who was a rich man who would always give beggars money and things like that. Every day whoever come, he would give charity. So it happened one day, one beggar came, he came to his house in front, so he gave him. Next day also he came, third day also he came, fourth day he was about to push him and there was a fight. What is that every day you are coming? I have given opportunity to others. What is that you are sitting here? So he went on, by the time that the neighbor, who was a little old man, he came, he says, what is the fight? Then he recognized this guy. He immediately, this guy is his father. So he told him, he says, he called him by said, hey, Baba, this beggar who has come, he's your last father. So immediately he says, he's his father. He took him inside, gave him all bath, everything like that. So he established my father. So relationship is like that. As long as till you don't know who your father is, who your guru is, we will be thinking of bewilderment in our life. This is Bhakti Siddhanta talk about this relationship. What mattered a lot. It really caught hold of. So relationship matters a lot. So why we are serving our wife, children, parents? Because we know that's a relationship. But still it is temporary. So this molding of this relationship is, these festivals will bring that awareness. Every year we have Vijayadashmi. Every year we have Janmashtami. Every year we have. So those consciousness on those days when we talk about, deliberate those things, it will start building our heart. Oh, this is our relationship. Right? So this is exactly what Srila Prabhupada did. He gave an identity to us. He gave a nama rupa to us. You are so and so. So today in Iskcon we get initiated, we get a name as Dasa. Right? But before that is your Krishna Dasa, Rama Dasa. So this is our real identity. But this cannot go under complacency for a long time. Now this is established. So what is your process? If a child takes birth, till 5 years, it is exempted from sinning. Am I right? In the same way, after the fifth 5 years, it gets the position, it has to go to school, slowly the stick comes with the parents, so many things happens, so regulations start. So same way in Iskcon, we have taken birth, we have to do the sadhana bhakti. So 5 years is a long time. We are expecting 1 or 2 years, 3 years, so we start building our devotional practices. So by the time of 5 years, so Shastra is talking about 5 years, why not we also practice? So in 5 years you can do many things, in 7 years you can do many more, then you get second initiated. So when you are making progress in spiritual life, that means your contribution towards society has to also become more. You not necessarily all the time taking care. Whether you take care or not, life goes on. Whoever is the government, he also got 5 years. Is it not? After 5 years, he also gets voted out. So what do you think of us? But in Krishna consciousness, better to accept defeat, which is in victory, make progress in life. Is it not? So our progress in life is not a setback by surrendering to Krishna. It is a great victory because it brings you that happiness. Because you are understanding even this body is not yours. Now I was talking external, now internal. Now internally this body is yours, it's trying to help you think, but there is an internal body. Inside this is Sukshma Sharira, which helps you more finer. That is where the cleaning process starts. So your relationship is now not through the mind, it's through the heart, which is Hridayadi Kavaye Muhyanti Yat Surayaha. Bhagavatam speaks about what spoken through the heart remains with us. So Krishna conscious movement is a heart-to-heart transformation movement. It sets the ball going right from the day you come in. There is no cheating, there is no bewilderment, there is no speculation. There is nothing absolutely, just like mathematics, 2 + 2 is 4. When Pratyaksha Praman, what did Narada Muni? He just told, so don't worry about what I have done earlier. Shastra Praman gives you that strength. Oh, I also have a hope. So many hopes in this world. But when you go over there, hope is not there, other things are there. But here is the hope is there, logical ending also is there. One thing is, when you come to the temple, your relationship with Krishna is eternal. You can't allow anybody to come in between, other than the facilitator. Even Guru will not come in between. He will facilitate. This is another jiva. So Prabhupada is that person who can pick us up. So just like Narada Muni had Valmiki people, type of people, Prabhupada had so many Valmiki. We don't know where we were, what kind of life we were, but all of us are picked up here. Many people who so-called Brahminical, where they're loitering, we don't know. We didn't have any background at all. Today we are sitting here. What was our background? What is our qualification? It's nothing but mercy of Guru. So Guru, but in that mercy, our cooperation is also required. If you don't cooperate, he there ready, but our cooperation. So more of our cooperation with this movement makes us go further and further. So a great opportunity lies for all of us, for all this, but you are the hope for the world. Don't limit yourself to your one family. Give, you have done enough. Now extend that family to the world. The whole world is suffering. If one of us take up, so many can be delivered. Varada Prabhu surrendered, so many people surrendered. Surrender is of different levels. You can do in different ways. Not that everybody has to wear a saffron. Not that everybody has to, has to become sannyasi. But Grahastha and Vanaprastha are protected by these two ashramas. One is Brahmacharya ashrama and one is Sannyasa ashrama. We should remain there. Help these two people to preach. We can do other things together. So all ashrama, wherever you are, if it is not Krishna consciousness, it is Shrama Evahi Kevalam. So it's a great opportunity for all of us. There's a lot of people who are suffering outside. So you should find ways and means to get them on board. Do you agree? What do you think? Right? You are feminine. You have to be more because easily you can attract people. Many of the receptionists are women. Is it not? Because of your humility, not just the beauty, the internal and external beauty. Is it not the way you people? Because mother is very, very caring. The sisters are very, very caring. Even though we are men, but still it's a feminine. But that feminine quality is much more there. So you have to cooperate with your husband, you have to cooperate with your parents, all these people. Together we can make a fantastic team and set this world, which Prabhupada has already lit the fire. Take one mantle in your heart, do it in your own capacity. You want more help, the temple president, the leaders are there. So this is one temple which is doing wonderful preaching. Please cooperate with them. You can do wonders. Don't think what he does. Think what you can do. If you think about what he is going to do, you will never do. Don't compare yourself. You say what we can do. So from selfish transit to selfless. In that our interest is there. Param Vijayate Sankirtanam. So Sadhu Sangha is very, very important, and all this facility is given here, which we can enrich ourselves and go outside and we are protected. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You give me half an hour, I did with that much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Narahari Prabhu is one of the senior-most Iskcon leaders in South India. He has now been building a beautiful temple in South, which is settled around near the temple. So, right from the beginning, from more than maybe 30 years, I have known him. Wherever he has put his foot, that place has flourished, has grown, has expanded. Whether it was Jagannath Mandir. By the way, he is the founder Acharya of Sri Narasimha Giridhari Mandir. He is the one who had that courage, that I don't know how he got that courage. And I was one of those who opposed, saying, how can Iskcon do this like that? But he so carefully balanced it that he said, no, Iskcon's name I will never expose. Never expose Iskcon name to any risk or anything. We will invest if something disastrous happens, our money will go, but Iskcon name will not be exposed. So he started this in sometime 2008 or 2009, something like that. So today, if we are having a beautiful temple, we owe it to his spirit of sacrifice, conviction, faith. So the original seed was planted by him and his colleagues. That is what has today expanded to become this Narasimha Giridhari Mandir, Goshtala complex, etc. So many years later, I came here. Otherwise, originally, myself and Narahari Prabhu together we were taking care of this temple project. So they are building an extremely beautiful temple in South Bangalore. My hearty wishes and congratulations to him. He is a man of integrity, dedication, and whatever he said he practices, no complacency, no comfort zone preaching. He takes risks, he takes initiative. He has done what many people consider as impossible, building a beautiful temple there. So my hearty congratulations to him and best wishes to him. He plans to inaugurate sometime in the coming year. We will announce the dates. We want to have a major, big time festival during the time of inauguration. We will working out all the details. All of us will be having a chance to serve at that time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. I also want to thank Krishna Prabhu who has come here today. Also another very senior devotee from 1980s onwards, late 80s maybe, or mid 80s. From that time onwards, he has been actively involved in Iskcon. Very respected devotee across all of Iskcon, not only in India, across. That's some reflections. Hare Krishna. Yes, but I'll speak in the end after both of us. After the Guru Puja, we'll just speak before the Gopi Gita. Definitely I want to say something. So we can all settle now. There will be Narasimha Darshanartan. After that we go out for Giridhari Darshanarti, then Guru Puja.